At exactly 2:17 a.m., Noah's eyes opened to a familiar restlessness. It is not a storm, but a quiet, persistent hum of thoughts that refuse to settle. He lies in the dark, watching the shadows on the ceiling, feeling the weight of a mind that simply does not know how to rest. Every memory and every future worry feels like a wave, and the more he tries to push them back, the more they seem to rise. The next morning, the world feels heavy with exhaustion. While sitting at a quiet wooden table, Noah meets an older man whose presence feels as steady as an ancient tree. Noah admits his struggle, whispering that he cannot find the silence he craves. The man listens with a kind, steady gaze and says softly, "You are treating your mind like a battlefield, but peace is not something you win through a fight." The man places a small lantern on the table, its surface worn by time. "Tonight," he says, "walk through the forest. Your only task is to keep this small flame alive. Do not try to master the wind or defeat the darkness. Simply carry the light with a gentle heart." Noah feels a strange shift in his chest, an invitation to a different kind of effort. As Noah enters the forest, the cool air moves through the trees. Instinctively, he grips the lantern with white knuckles, his shoulders tensing against the unseen breeze. He watches the flame with a desperate focus, believing that his strength alone is what keeps the light burning. Each step is rigid, filled with the fear of failure, making the very air around him feel like an enemy. A sudden gust of wind whispers through the branches. Noah's hands tremble from the intensity of his grip, and in that moment of tension, the flame flickers and vanishes. Darkness falls instantly. Noah stands frozen, feeling the familiar sting of disappointment. He believes he has failed, convinced that his mind and the world are simply too loud for him to handle. The old man appears, his own lantern glowing with a steady, soft light. "The wind did not take your flame," he says gently. Noah looks at his empty lantern, confused. The man continues, "The wind is like your thoughts. It moves as it must. It was your fear of losing the light that made your hands shake. Your own resistance is what took the flame away." Noah looks at the steady flame and realizes the truth. For years, he had been exhausting himself trying to control what cannot be controlled. The man explains that the more we fight the noise, the louder it becomes. "You are not losing control," the man adds. "You are simply tired of holding on to things that were never meant to be held." With a deep, natural breath, Noah relights the lantern. This time, he does not clench his fists. He holds the light gently, allowing his arms to move naturally with the rhythm of his walk. He stops fighting the wind and starts moving with it. The forest is still dark and the wind still blows, but something inside him has stopped resisting the night. As he reaches the edge of the forest, the flame is still burning quietly. Noah notices a new space within himself, a calm that he did not have to force or create. He understands now that true silence is not the absence of noise, but the peace of no longer needing to control it. He walks forward, carrying a light that no wind can put out.